Welcome everyone to Mostly Laughter, Some Slaughter, Lords of Chaos.
Chaos.
How is everybody?
Man, it's been great.
Ready to chase that unicorn?
Last Unicorn was the greatest movie ever. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it was pretty good. Greatest
could use
ever.
a small redo.
Although, okay, so I just saw The Last Jedi on Friday.
No
And-
spoilers.
And no spoilers, but I think it was actually the best one of the series yet. And this is from and while I am definitely like a Star Wars fan and have seen all the movies, I've been to some degree disappointed by essentially everything that has been made after Jedi until now.
What, you didn't like the Ewok Adventure?
Maybe even after everything after Empire, like Jedi had a couple of things to quibble about as well.
Yeah.
That being said, yeah, we don't want to go into a full Star Wars rant, so I'll
No.
leave it at that.
Wrong
Let's just say
game!
Chewbacca is the single-handedly saved the rebellion, and I'll leave it at that. And he just had a bunch of Muppets basically distracting everybody.
Be aware, if we need to go Star Wars, thankfully Jason got rid of all his old Star Wars RPGs, so you will not be encountering in the future Dreidel the Hutt and his giant gold-plated Star Destroyer from one of my old campaigns.
Oh no!
This time.
I'm sad to hear that. Actually, I'm genuinely sad to hear that.
For
know,
what it's worth,
mixed
I have not.
feelings.
Now that you mentioned Dreidel the Hutt, I always was disappointed that Mel Brooks never made History of the World Part 2.
I know.
I know, man, like, you see Hitler on ice, and I'm like, oh, what? Come on! You did space! So, like,
Yeah. That's kind of the joke, though.
Yeah.
I know.
Mhm.
It's one of those things that if they made it, it just wouldn't be good enough.
Yeah, I'm still saying because I've heard Star Wars Spaceballs 2 has been in pre-production for what, 5 years now? So it's theoretically coming out, but I kind of want it out already, even if it's bad, just so that Mel can have this win before he's getting old.
Yeah.
And
Getting
Make it a
old?
Netflix series.
what do you mean he's kidding?
Getting old? I think Mel Brooks has gone past the point of getting old.
okay,
Even he would probably admit he's well beyond the point of getting old, and he's just running in reverse right now. So he's bound to reset at some point.
yeah, well, he's getting totally powered by Schwartz, but that's beside the point.
Obviously, that would explain it.
And his deal with Lucas was, in order to make the Spaceballs movie, was that he could not merchandise.
That's
and
right.
the joke during the movie was all the merchandise, and everybody was like, "We want the Spaceball merchandise." Like, but that's a joke because we can't do that.
We can't do it. Sorry.
Spaceballs lunchbox, please give it to me.
Baseball's the flamethrower. God, kids love it. Yes. Not disappointed in that movie. Never been disappointed in that movie.
Oh, definitely. But then again, I'm a diehard Mel Brooks fan, so take my horribly biased, to put it mildly.
Yes.
Hell, even his son did good with Where Was He, even though
I would totally love him just to do the whole like Han Solo's my distant dad who doesn't love me anymore. Oh my god. That'd be so amazing.
That'd be an awesome, Mel Brooks movie. Han Solo the Nerf Herder or something.
Actually, you said World War Z and you said Mel Brooks, and I'm like, I am so sad we're never going to see a Mel Brooks zombie movie.
yeah, I think it'd be absolutely
good.
brilliant. But
I mean,
we'll have to live with Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, I mean, to some degree, Shaun of the Dead was the best zombie movie ever.
Yeah, in a way.
So, yeah.
In a way.
That and warm bodies.
Oh.
Alright. Well,
Okay.
Don't warm bodies, man. if you're in the right mood, that movie is just spectacularly
Oh,
bad.
actually,
Worst way possible.
actually, no. Okay, I'm not sure if Fido is better than Shaun of the Dead, but it's definitely better than Warm Bodies.
I think Fido and Shaun of the
Okay.
Dead
Still
are.
haven't seen Fido.
Oh,
Where'd be intrigue?
Yeah, those two legit actually should almost be like in the same universe. For
Yeah,
sure.
because Shaun of the Dead happens first and then Fido happens second.
Yes.
Speaking of horror movies,
Yes.
After the Wedding.
aha! Segue.
Nice segue.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Nice segue.
You get a point of oomph. You get inspiration.
All right, I'll add it to Zahn next time we play.
Oh my god, don't inspiration.
We've got meta. Isachi Go First seems to emulate all of our campaigns. We apologize in advance.
Yeah. Word to see you to start with, and wow, smoke.
Huh?
So you wake up. You wake up. You're sitting there at this meeting with a bunch of nobles, with some paperwork, signing some documents, and
Is this business related, or is this politics of the marriage related, or what?
yeah, it's politics, business / like a whole like get together, and somehow you during the wedding, everybody you like fooled people into thinking that you're like maybe you fooled them that you are Ephraim's lawyer.
Oh yes. Well, I am happy to negotiate on Ephraim's behalf.
Yeah, so you're down
It's
there.
not even really a lie.
Yeah, you're in the trenches, and you're looking at the paperwork, and you realize that the Hearthstone family pretty wealthy. Like you look at those zeros, and you're like, damn.
Oh, okay.
Got some money. Like he's doing well, but so far as you can tell,
So
the following gifts that you've negotiated for Ephraim. Negotiated a galley ship, and you negotiated specifically the dock ward that is dock 48, which is attached to the Salty Wench, so that Ephraim will legally own the Salty Wench in that dock area that's attached to it, including your warehouse. So that, hey, keep my land. All I'm doing is what he tells me. He's the Lord, so because he's in charge, he's literally the cop there. He's supposed to keep law and order on these dock wards, like negotiating it for the silver rapiers, and you just about finishing the paperwork. This guy is trying to strong arm you into taking a piece of run-down property, and you're like at the negotiating table trying to like finalize it. But for some reason, you don't want this property. What's the reason why you don't want this property?
Oh, okay. Well, so far, I mean, I've been tasked with maintaining the sort of legitimate business side for the Sylvia rapiers, and I'm assuming like this other property is probably okay. No, it's with nobles though. Maybe they're trying to get rid of it because it has these crime ties to yet another group, like the plague rats, or the eye, or
yeah. Okay. So you know that it's tied to some criminal organization, which you know from your ties as a Silver Rapier. So
yeah,
like, listen, I need you to take this property on the forefront of his dowry. I think it's a fair negotiation for the rest of as part of the Hearthstone dowry. We can can maybe negotiate something else if you're interested in. But we really would appreciate if you would take this property out of our hands. I think Ephraim, seeing his staunch charisma and his go-get-em attitude, I think he's going to bring law and order to this dock ward and put these evil thieves in place. These pirates.
These pirates.
Well, as long as we're clear that taking on such a responsibility is a favor, not not an advantage. I mean, we both know the ties there. It's problematic, but it may be that those I represent would be in a better position to take care of that obvious problem than others. Perhaps if you could throw in... and I'll... so some throw in that concern on that other shipping line that we talked about. We can come to an arrangement.
Oh, so the Hodgstone family is trying to move in on the shipping line near the South Ward, huh?
Well, if we, but still within the dock ward. I mean, if we are going to expand our activities throughout the docks, such that we're taking on this albatross, then we wish to expand our activities throughout the docks. That's fair, right?
All right, let's cut to the chase then. We're going to give up a lot of money from the South if we give you that shipping line. If we sign on the fact that he can take a ward by the name of Lillian Storm, a wizard. If we can, if he takes her as a ward, the Storm family is in control of that shipping line. That way, he can groom her to take it over when she gets old.
And by he, we mean you.
Yeah.
Do I know anything about
No.
Well, this Lillian, if you're making her part of the deal, I assume that she's spirited.
Well, she's a young lass, and definitely just finished wizarding school.
Well,
So she is just we're still trying to get her situated with everything, but she's only 16.
so very well. Ephraim and I shall make every effort to see to her continuing education. But if through her own folly, something unfortunate should occur, then that would be out of our hands.
He nods. Very well. We accept that. And they sign the paperwork over, and they give you the documents and everything is all situated. They're like, "It was a pleasure meeting you, Mr. Smoke. I have to say, you're a staunch negotiator. Don't want to meet you again." And clearly, Ephraim's surrounded himself with easygoing. These some great people. They talk to you and they drink, and you can see in the journal you have Lillian Storm. She's a first level wizard. You can control and edit her, so however you want to. She's got the standard array stats.
Okay.
Feel free to, if you want to make her out, but she's basically
No, she's too young.
Yeah.
And
Well,
wrong
you know what I mean?
species.
If you want, if you want to give her stats, spells, and all that stuff, she is technically like a follower type.
Okay.
Okay.
Feel free.
Oh, there could be some PvP pretty soon.
Crying out loud.
I have a ward? What?
Congratulations, you got kids.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that went so fast! It grew up so fast!
You do realize by that frame of reference, Stinky Feet is her older brother, right? Or is it younger brother?
Probably older brother. I mean, Stinky Feet definitely came first.
Yes, seniority.
So,
Yeah, good point. Yes, seniority. That's going to be interesting.
let's see here. Chris, yeah,
Yeah.
you come back. So is Stinky Feet, I'll give him over to you because I've never given him over to you.
No problem.
Feel free then. You have just, after the party, you and a group of people and Lady Winter went through the ceremony of inducting Stinky Feet into the Silver Rapiers. But he's put under charge of Marie and the rest of your group. So he's like, he's only rank 1,
Dude.
which is a bilge rat.
Yeah.
And
We were bilge rats once. Or,
yeah,
or still are.
Depending on how this goes.
yeah. And so you just finished you come back from his initiation. You guys are like walking back. You're a little hungover. Again, you're not used to this whole drinking and getting drunk thing. And first time you probably had a good sleep. Where are you going right now after this party?
Well, I'm taking Stinky Feet out on the town as much as I'm physically capable of, which probably isn't very well. Because he's my prodigy as far as I'm concerned.
Where
And
do you
he's
take
somebody-
him specifically?
Well, is there an aviary in Waterdeep?
Ooh.
What?
Aviary.
Apiary is a flying place?
Yeah, basically a place of birds.
Yes, there is. There's like a pigeon roost place near the Wizard's Tower.
Sure.
I want to introduce them to my distant relatives.
On which side?
I'm not sure.
You see a few pterodactyls there that are cereals that are sitting there hanging out.
Wow. That's unexpected. I'd say it's a trap, but honestly, must be the alcohol here. I haven't seen my species, or particularly even my subspecies specifically, in quite some time.
Well,
So-
during the drought orgy, you did see another lakeback that was with smoke.
Yeah. I'm sure it was an invitation only.
You were there.
Yeah, I know. Somebody had to be the adult. How does this? Okay. I'm going to cautiously, well, first I'm going to cautiously come up to them. Now, the big question is, are they male or female?
The two of them are the couple, the male and a female.
Okay, right on.
They're watching over their egg that's sitting there.
Okay.
They look at you like, hey, wait, hey, watch out, man. It's our egg, man. They're back out.
That's cool.
They're back up my wife's egg. I'm telling you, you better back up my wife's egg.
Okay. Dude, it's okay. Take it easy.
You
Nobody's come for your egg. What do I look like, a raptor?
Well, you kind of do, I have to say.
Yeah, I can't even deny that either. Didn't expect to see anybody like that in this neck of the woods. I guess you can call me Stingfish. What is your name?
Ted. Would you bring some food? I see you brought some food. He points at Stinky Feet.
Nah, he's not on the menu. Trust me.
Oh.
His name is Stinky Feet for a reason. Trust me, you don't want to get it. It's better than just a threat.
Oh, yeah. It's like eating a stink bug, you know?
Yeah,
It looks good, but then when you eat it, you're like, ugh.
exactly. So, I guess at this point I wanted to go somewhere a little different, and apparently I was so different that I met people of my own species. This is rather impressive. So,
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'm a nice sort, relatively speaking. I will drop a calling card if you need my services, and it may never come. Here you go. And then I leave.
Like, oh, that's cool, man. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
All
You get one.
right. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, it's only fair. Besides, I've been dealing with a blade back for the last 6 months, and you know how they are.
You're friends with the Blake back?
Yeah. Doesn't know when to shut up.
Oh.
You know, family's family, but you know.
Well, hey, we're about ready to have some lunch. You want to join us?
Sure. Actually, he's my apprentice as such. I hope he's invited. I hope the menu isn't, well, what the hell. You're about to learn what's on the menu. And if you've ever seen Temple of Doom, you know roughly what's on the menu.
Yes.
I had bugs for
And
lunch.
Sneaky Pete's like, actually, this is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm just thinking Stinky Pete probably literally did have bugs for lunch. It's probably not a problem.
Okay.
All right, so
Take it in stride.
Grubs, it's what's for dinner.
Marie, you wake up,
Mhm.
and you're in a twist of bodies. Drow, males, females,
Oh my
dwarves,
God.
gnomes.
Scales.
I don't remember
fur,
inviting
who
all
knows
these
what
people to the
else?
party.
You're not even sure what species that is, but dang,
when you get up, your back twinges a little bit. You're like, and you realize, you remember that last scene where the Wheel of Pain was mentioned,
I remember.
and you see on your back, you look in the mirror and you see a big old tattoo like Ephraim has, except it has 17 on there. So you were only able to withstand 17 cuts before you passed out.
Oh, that's fine. Ow. Ooh, they're good. Whew. I need to go get a shower. And some clothes.
All right.
I go clothes first, then shower. Where am I
Alright.
anyway?
You find your clothes like in the corner of the room, on top of your rucksack or whatever.
Are Lindlian and the Lala up?
Yeah, they're in the twist of the bodies.
I actually, yeah. Okay, I go find clothes. I go find coffee. I bring them coffee.
Mhm.
And then I go find a shower.
All right.
Being a bard is hard work.
It is.
But you made your Christmas check, obviously.
As you're heading to find a coffee,
Mhm.
he knows a gentleman sitting there asking around, and they're like, and he's like at the front desk. He's just describing he hasn't seen you yet, but at the front desk he's describing you to a T. He's like, have you seen a short woman, a gnome about this high, wearing this color hair? I was looking for her about the fiddle that I saw during the wedding.
Oh, shit. I do not want to talk to that individual.
Okay.
I make an effort to not be seen by that individual. So we're actually in the
You're just in a random hotel. Yeah.
Oh, we're just a random hotel, like not even okay.
You don't even know where you're at right now. You don't remember where you're at, to be honest with you.
Okay. Okay. I try and eavesdrop and see what the person at the front desk says.
Like, what? Like, so many gnomes come in here, man. Like, there was totally gnome convention like 2 days ago. Like, she could be anyone, dude. No, you don't understand me, sir. Clearly, you could tell her from other gnomes because she's got that. Her hair has got a kind of a swirl to it. Dude, like,
okay.
Talking about like 20 different women, like could be anyone,
Awesome. As soon as I realize he's not going to rat me out, I go looking for coffee somewhere away from wherever that guy is.
I'm gonna be mean. The coffee is next to the, like the, where the coffee's like the at a standard hotel where the coffee and the continental breakfast is kind of there, but all there is like crappy ass Eggo waffles and some bagels and donuts and maybe a couple of oranges and apples, and here's your continental breakfast.
Yep.
Magical waffle maker, and they come out as like street bricks.
Everyone's been to these continental breakfasts, so I don't know how to describe it.
Some are not bad. Okay, give me a second here. I actually want to roll this one.
Okay.
As intelligence.
Okay.
11. Yeah. So she is going to okay, I'm going to play it safe. I'm pretty sure I know who this guy is or who he works for. Not interested in dealing with that right now.
Uh-huh.
I'm walking away. I'm walking away from that whole situation. Going back to the room. Getting kitted up. Probably going to end up leaving out the back door in a bit.
Okay. You successfully exit the bathroom door with your friends. Where do you go?
Am I at full hit points?
Yes. You realize that you guys are in the North Ward.
Ah, okay. Are I actually at the Red Dragon Inn, or
no?
That's
North Ward. Red Dragon Inn's in Castle Ward.
Ah, okay.
So you're in the All-Seeing Eye, is the hotel.
Okay. So we started north of town and ended up here.
You remember the party was at the Castle Ward, and you're now in the North Ward. So to give it if you look at the map, where your character is,
quite a ways away.
Yeah.
So how much? I turn to my two shadows. How much do you remember about last night?
They go after we tortured you and you passed out. Not much.
Oh, okay. Was I out the whole night?
We know you're tons of fun when you're drunk, though.
Yeah. Apparently.
Oh, come on, unicorn, let's go. And I don't know.
Yeah, that unicorn thing. I'm gonna. I'll worry about that later.
Why are we going out the back?
Are you familiar with a gentleman named Red Finnegan?
Oh, he collects bards instruments, yeah. From
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, and he's known for not exactly asking the bards before he takes the instruments.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I suspect he or one of his lackeys is at the front desk asking about me and my violin. I'd rather
Let's
not.
go mess him up.
No. Although I do want to make sure that you tip the front deskman at this hotel really well.
Okay, sure.
He didn't rat us out. He's either genuinely stupid or he's really good at pretending.
Okay. Will do.
All right.
Where we go? Where's it now, boss?
What time is it? Is it morning?
Yeah, probably noon, but
Noon. For bards, that's morning.
Yeah.
For you, it's morning. You're like, man, it's really early. Yeah, like,
Exactly.
what are we doing this early? It's like, you woke up, not us.
All these people. Are there normally all these people out at noon going places? My God, it's amazing. What are they doing? I am going to go. What am I going to do? Let's find a cafe. I think that's step one.
All right, so you go
should do some work.
Eat breakfast, fine. All right.
Yeah, eat breakfast, sit down, do some composing. I'm like, I actually haven't worked on my music in a while. I should do that.
As you go to the cafe and go to this really rundown cafe in the North Ward where they suggest you go, and you're sitting down to really looks like horrible looking coffee and food that's been set up for the camera plant hands you your plate of food that you ordered that looks kind of rustic and looks like has been put together by some just like thrown together. The sausage, the biscuits and gravy are just like piled on each other. The scrambled everywhere, and the bread is just kind of sitting there. It looks like it's been like a couple of days old. There's a little green hanging on the bread, and it pans from that picture up to a picture that's being set in front of Ephraim. This just gorgeous breakfast meal, and you're in your nice, crisp, white bathrobe, sitting there at a chair in this the long table at the other end of the long table, and Samantha's at the other end, and you're sitting there with this wine goblet in your hand, and there's just spread of food in front of you. How are you enjoying the food?
Sadist.
Oops.
It's you, Jay.
Oh, me?
Yeah, Jason, that's you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to Joe. Sorry. I'm not wigging out at all here. The food is really good. It's a bright and early morning, and all the world is awesome. I'm just kind of imagining like little starlings landing on my shoulder, and the world is perfect. The world is good. It is a good day to be a hero. It is a good day to be a hero.
And she's like, the wedding was awesome. So happy.
The wedding was perfect. You know, though.
As he sits there admiring his sword.
Yes.
The wedding was amazing. I am so glad we're together. I've searched for you my whole
I still need to get stats for that.
It's a +1 longsword.
Ooh, that might replace my rapier then. So, yeah, I mean, it is a good day. I only have one regret, though. I'm not sure if I'm ready to settle down. But as a hero, I think there's still other destinies that await me. This is but first, my good one. And I learned this little song.
Oh no.
Okay, now I don't feel bad.
So what is the reason why?
I heard that.
So
Ephron just like stands up and he's going to belt out this beautiful song on how happy he is and the joys of the world. And it is like cats are dying and the apocalypse is coming.
Brimstone, nothing more than brimstone.
she just sits there, stares at you like, I think you. She's like, honey, I don't know. I think we should leave it to the bards to sing.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Obviously, I sing much better when I'm a little drunk. Oddly enough, I'm cold stone.
Yeah, I know. You sang really good at our wedding.
I know.
No bard you hired to do our.
Oh, good lord! I got to hire 100 more bodies.
Don't flip me off.
I'd be angry, but it was a horrible role. It really.
The dangers of being sober. The dangers of being sober. I was thinking, now that we're all hitched, what do we do? Can we just go do what we want?
He's like, well, no, we're nobility, but you can do what you want. I gotta situate everything with my dad and get everything taken care of. And Lady Winter's giving me some pretty good prices on some of her dock. But I did receive a letter from Lord Darna, I believe his name is, the Archmage.
Yes.
You and your companions.
Well,
something about an orb that you brought him from Spearfort.
Oh yes, just something dangerous that could end the world if it was in the wrong hands. So the question is it okay if I go?
Of course,
I mean,
you have to go save the world. That's your job.
Man, I feel so bad leaving you. Listen. You know what I'm going to ask him? We got these cool little things. I actually forgot I had these. This is a communicator ring. I can talk with my other fellow members. We should get you one too, and that way if there's something wrong at home, you can call and then we can battle together. Although, you know what? The city might be better in your hands than mine.
She's like, she does stand up and walk over to you and she's like, don't worry, sweetie. I want you to live your dream and be the hero that you should be. And come back to me the best hero that the Hearthstone family's ever seen. Legends of my grandfather will live in your name. And if anyone does take you out, they'll have me to tend with.
You are by far the best woman ever put in any plane of existence.
Oh. And with that, she gives you a big smooch.
Yes,
it's adorable.
It's not saccharine and sweet at all.
Well, I think it's been well established that Ephron has a cuddly side, and it's going to keep showing up whenever she's around.
He is definitely like legit like a wild moose. He's so ugly, he's cute.
Yes. And extremely dangerous if you get him angry.
Like a wild moose.
And if he starts making weird noises, you should definitely run in the other direction.
It's called singing.
So Ephraim, you go get dressed, and I'm assuming you're gonna go grab your rest of your group? To go
Yes,
see Darna?
absolutely. It's just like it's
Gather
like,
your party.
Who do you
team,
get first?
team. It's time to go. It's time to assemble. Ultron. I mean Galvatron. I'm not sure which one that is. So
Go Power Rangers.
go Power Rangers.
Except one of those is not copyright.
I think because it's the person I trust the most, I will definitely go and find Marie.
All right.
Aw.
Marie, are you wearing your ring or no?
Ah.
It's probably in or on something.
Adventurers assemble. Yes, exactly. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say Maria is cognizant enough to have that with her.
All right. So go ahead, Marie. You get a little weird ding in your brain, like a ring, and you hear like this. Go ahead, take it away, Jason. What is the first thing you say to? You really don't know how this ring works, so go for it.
Good morning.
God.
It's like talking through the speakerphone of a car for the very first time. Good morning. Can you hear me? I don't know how this works.
And this is all happening in your brain, by the way.
Oh, it's in my. Okay, good. I think her first reaction is to like cover up the ring and then hide it under the table, and then she realizes, oh no, wait, no, nobody else can hear it, just me. Oh.
Such a jerk. I'm so sorry.
I try thinking that Ephron, is that you?
Yes. How are you this fine morning?
Somehow you're loud enough that you're giving me a headache, even though you're just in my head. This is very weird.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I know
Really?
It's my fault.
I didn't mean to do that at all.
I should know better to mix drow and alcohol.
Yeah, well, I know you got into the special stuff the other night, but that's all good. I had a keen and good night. I will not entertain you with the details of my exploits.
You have no idea how much I appreciate that.
Oh, unless you want to hear.
No.
Okay.
Well, I tell you what. If you tell me what you got up to last night, I'll tell you what I got up to last night, and we'll see who says uncle first.
There's a noticeably long pause. No, I think we're good.
I think we're good.
We have a summons from the Darna guy. Yeah, we gotta go see him about the orb. About the orb of what was it? The orb of doom and pestilence, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, something along those lines. Okay. Yeah, I suppose we should go see him about that.
I think we should gather the rest of everybody. Oh,
yes.
And I got super good news.
Yeah?
Wife is really okay with me going on adventures. It's amazing.
I think you found yourself a good one, Ephraim. For sure.
Fucking priorities, man. Priorities.
Oh, man.
All right. I'll talk to Smoke. You talk to Stingfish, and we'll meet at the Wizard Darna's place.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
Excellent. Wait, who was I supposed to get again?
You get Stingfish. I'll get Smoke.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
I'd much rather have it that way. Okay, so I will go and find Stingfish. Wait, do you know where he is? Where is Stingfish?
Last I saw him, he was glowering and glooming around slightly less than usual at the party.
Oh God, there's so many dark places in the city to go look. I'll start in the alleyways.
He's probably never mind. He's probably wearing his ring, and Ephraim's gone.
Oh yeah, I could actually got back like an idiot.
Okay, man. Yeah. Roll 1d4. That's how many hours before you realize you're wearing the ring.
No, minutes, not hours. I don't have an intelligence of like 2.
Chris, are you wearing your ring? Chris, so that means you're wearing your ring, right, Chris?
Yeah, I'm wearing my ring. Anyways, I'm introducing Stinky Feet to the fine art of parkour. He already kind of knows. Don't worry, man. I'll catch you.
Smart.
It's like if humans could fly, I think God would give them wings. I'm just saying, this whole jumping through roofs is not my thing.
Okay, that's fair.
I'll try.
No, it's okay, man. Like, I'm not gonna force you to do anything you don't want to do. As I look right at the camera, for some reason I feel like I'm in a totally different episode.
He actually does really well.
Yeah, right on. Tell you what, I got a feeling I'm going to be summoned because it's part of the plot. But if you ever need my help, Stinky, once you get to rank, if you really want wings, I think we can arrange. We'll find some way.
He's on to you. It's like, yeah, man, I really appreciate you taking me under your wing, man. I thought Silver Reviewers were a bunch of jerks, but I realized they're family.
Yeah.
Just
keep your eyes down because I ain't going to be around forever, Aw.
And when he says their family, the thing cuts off a little bit to Stingfish's hit on the black flamingos, and like there's people just going there with like dead bodies everywhere, and he's just like blood's dripping from both of his daggers as he's walking through the hallways, like just killing people. It's like, yeah, we're family. It's like, yep.
Mm-hmm. You'd be surprised what I'd do for family. Oh wait, no, you wouldn't. Not
All right, Jason, go ahead and talk to Chris.
Hey, Stinkfish, how are you this morning?
Actually, I'm something I don't think I'd ever been in my life. Happy to see you. So how you doing?
Oh.
Well, I can see the radiance of Timur has finally rubbed off in you. We have been flipping heads and calling heads a lot lately. Can't you admit that? It's been good. We've had a good run.
I've
had a good
you
run.
admit it, the second bad thing's happened, and you know it.
Well, there's always that chance, but if you don't take the chance, then there isn't a chance for good either. But anyways, before we get all willy-wally about this.
Willy-wally. I gotta use... Okay.
We have been summoned by Wizard Darna. And we must go see him about the round Orby thing.
Okay. Well, Stinky Fish, unfortunately, I got to cut this short.
Stinky Fish?
Stinky Fish. I'm adopting him, okay?
His name is now Stinky Fish.
Wow.
If you want to change his name to Stinky Fish, I'll do it.
No. Well, that was just a mispronunciation. Besides, he needs to go up at least one rank before I officially adopt him.
Mm-hmm.
But I will, probably.
One more rank, because before you're Stinky Fish, and Efron hears this with communication devices, a little Freudian slip is like, man, once we're all done this, I think we need to go hit some baths for sure. For sure.
I just thought it was like some weird human name that I'm not aware of.
Meh, we all have good weird names. It's fine.
Okay.
Come, meet me at Wizard Darna. I think Marie is gonna go collect the other one, and we'll be on our way.
The other one. Okay.
So mean, Smoke. So mean.
I know, it's so mean.
Okay, because
that Ephraim is really racist against Sir Hills, and he's got.
Okay.
Only one kind.
Yeah. Well,
sorry.
That doesn't make it better.
I'm not sure which is the last name or the first name, but we'll find out eventually.
I don't see scale.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was really bad.
But
that was awful. I apologize to the entire internet.
Okay, well, I got to exit the only way, based on my idiom, so I throw a grappling hook across the street, give it a good yank, open the wings, and fly off into the night or morning.
Batman fly off in the morning, or some guy just doing his laundry is like, fucking sir.
We would actually make a pretty good.
Bitches are really big in this area.
So Marie, where does Smoke? Where does Marie find you?
I think probably back at the bar. Although I've been also spending a fair amount of time at the office and like looking in on the other businesses in the dock ward.
And can everyone see Lillian Storm? Little character sheet there.
Yes.
Yes.
And you see Smoke talking to this beautiful looking young lady that's sitting across from him at the bar when you walk up, Marie.
That's definitely not what I expected to see.
Nah.
So they're sitting next to each other at the bar?
Yes. I mean, yeah, at one of the tables or at the bar.
When
Probably actually at a table.
Yeah, they're at a table.
When all else fails?
Every few moments there's like little lights show up between one of her hands or the other.
Freaking mages, God! Why can't they make magic with songs and music like normal people? I walk up. I get right in like Smoke's eye line and then start walking toward the table with a wave.
Well,
Hello,
Marie, it's good to meet you. It's good to see you. Have you met Ephraim's new ward?
Which I have not yet been told about, which is amazing.
I look over at Lillian Storm. I look over at this woman. I look back at Storm. I look over her. No, I haven't.
Oh,
Marie Laveau.
Marie, yes. Marie, Lillian, Marie.
A pleasure to meet you, Lillian.
She extends her hand. Pleasure to meet you as well. It is a pleasure to see a member of the Hotstone family here. Smoke has just been telling me that you are Mr. Ephraim's private bard that travels with him and tells tales of his adventures.
Indeed, songs as well, and occasionally in a dirty limerick. But that's normally saved for private time.
I see. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Smoke and I were just going over some of the paperwork information that what Ephraim's dowry was given to him.
Exciting. I do apologize for interrupting. Smoke, we are summoned to speak to the Wizard Dharma. Is there any way that the paperwork can wait a little longer?
I suppose. I mean, the important parts have already been finalized, but there may be a few matters to attend to. I'll be there shortly.
Oh, you're going to see the wizard? That's indeed a divine thing. He was the dean of my college when I graduated from my wizardry school.
I was not aware the Wizard Dharma taught as well as being an archmage. Fascinating.
Yes, he's the only registered teacher in Waterdeep, by the way. Teaches all the sorcerers and wizards. Yeah. But yes, I will continue working on the paperwork for my charge and make sure everything's in order. If you need to go, Smoke.
Well, I would like to just give them a quick look over before anything is submitted, but by all means.
All right. Give me good old insight.
All right. Oh, that's not great.
It's not great.
Unless there's advantage for some reason.
Unless you ask Marie to help you, but so
Yeah, I don't think Marie would cotton on at this point that we need help. So.
Well, it's not now that you realize, but probably later when you're far enough away that you can't come back. You realize now that the reason why they were so eager to give up, that they were actually, in a sense, lying to you about the South Ward's merchant caravan node there, or the travel path.
Mm-hmm.
It's been severely damaged by, I don't know, some kind of beef battle between two warring rogues guilds that are going at each other. And of course, this battle has caused huge repercussions in the merchant trade. And so they basically gave you another bill of goods. So there's, you realize now that because the Red Dogs have been forced out of the South Ward, there's nobody to regulate the merchants there.
Oh, and the power vacuum has caused chaos and
yeah, basically. There's nobody in charge now, and that's not good.
No.
The Silver Rapiers are not getting their cut, or at least your boy Ephraim or you are not getting your cut from what they owe. So someone's not getting paid. Each from. And that's But this is as you walk with Marie to Darkness, when you're looking at the people.
Okay.
You don't see it now, but then when you're walking with Marie to Darkness place, you realize it then. After looking at it, like, God!
Okay.
What's your reaction?
I did, whether or not that even before you mentioned that, I wanted to set up with White Wolf to say if I may be tied up with some work for Darna. I'll start wearing my ring consistently, but if you can have someone on scene to consult with me if things start to go bad.
All right. So let's go.
So,
right.
Sorry, just one quick thing I wanted to deal with before we. Yeah, exactly.
You guys are so
sorry,
terrible.
guys. I'm sorry.
Totally.
Stop getting.
Just one sec.
So who the hell is she?
Well, she's a Hearthstone young up-and-comer, and I haven't had much time to dig into her motivations. Hopefully it won't be a disaster, but there's, I think, a
Possibility of disaster.
yes, but she does seem very bright. I think that
Oh, you're so mean.
what? I think that there's the possibility of her being part of a very lucrative working relationship.
What the hell are you planning to do with that girl, Smoke?
Oh. Largely what I was asked to do, to take her under my wing, as it were, to better acquaint her with the ins and outs of the legitimate shipping business.
So technically you're the one taking care of her, even though officially she's Ephraim's ward.
Yes, well, Ephraim has many duties to take care of. I wouldn't want to overly strain his time or mental resources.
Harsh.
There is that. There is that.
That is so good.
So, do you think there'd be bad consequences if we just didn't tell him?
Oh no, I think it's best to let him know that he has that the family has been so kind and trusts him enough to extend to his care a ward who is both shall we say that has so much potential.
Last time somebody got a free gift like that turned out had the plague.
There may be consequences.
I suspect so.
It's always a trade-off.
Of course, Smoke, I know that you, as always, will be in a perfect position to take care of any consequences that come up.
One should hope.
Indeed. And of course, I and Stinkfish would be happy to help.
Thank you. I truly do appreciate that.
Yeah, anything I can do.
I do suspect that there may be a few minor matters to take care of in terms of business once we return.
I suppose so. You think she's going to be competent to handle the books while you're gone?
We shall see.
We shall. Where the hell is that wizard's tower?
Well, you guys make it to the Wizard's Tower, and well, curiously enough, Chris, you were already there with the pterodactyls. We're not that.
One of the great, I can use the word "as the crow flies" brings on a whole new meaning. Yeah.
So,
if I had a watch, I'd be looking at it right now.
Yeah, you're in the reception desk as you were before, where there's like little snacks laid out. Ephraim comes in next.
This is such a great idea. I don't know why everybody does this.
Bree and Smoke come in afterwards.
Okay, what's it all about?
Ephraim, I believe you're the one that got the summons?
I don't know. My wife gave me a note, said we should meet him up. So why don't we just knock on the door and see what he wants?
Okay, you go first.
Okay.
I'm checking. Let me do a quick perception check.
Because... Oh, come on. We got a summons. He's not going to kill us. That's fine.
No use, dawdling.
I look over at Stinkfish. You know what he's like. Why are you teasing like that?
I know. It's okay. Ephraim just get second.
You see a guy in sitting there working on like some type of potion. He's got the beakers all set up and like the heat and the Bunsen burner. And he looks, he's like, Ephraim, you got my letter. Come in.
Ah, good, thank you. Come on, guys. Jeez, I brought the gang. I hope you don't mind.
Of course. I needed all of you here. Again, describe Darna's room. It's got, wizards of books on one side on the right. Nice marble floors, mahogany desks, and bookshelves. But on the right-hand side of the wall, there's this big, giant red button that says "Do not touch."
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
I think I remember that button.
We still have not touched it.
It's amazing.
Marie, I subconsciously, like without meaning to, put myself between the rest of the group and the button. No.
He nods and he's like, okay. Well, I found out where the next place is at. There's a city in the Isles, out in the ocean, and there's a ancient crypt that belonged to the Elf Shitter clan. And we think that the item that I'm looking for is in there. It is a wand, and it was used to help kill the Chaos Lord. The Chaos Lord's ability was he was able to change from one form to another at will, and whenever he changed, he would heal. So the wand hits him with a spell that keeps him from being able to shift his form.
Yeah.
So you can keep him in one form and slay him.
Right.
Hopefully we can get a hold of this wand and secure it. So if someone does find his body, which we don't know where it's at yet.
And it could look like anything.
Yeah. Well, no, he gives you a book that describes the wand and everything.
Oh, no, I mean the Chaos Lord. I mean the wand. Well, I don't expect it to shift.
Yeah. No, they know what the wand looks like. Like, he describes it to you and gives you the book, Smoke. Because you obviously look like a spellcaster. He's like, here you go.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You are smart enough to actually read. Here you go.
Yeah. Even...
You can show the pictures to the bard. It's fine.
Oh.
He nods. He's like, I can teleport you close to it and get you set up. So if you're ready to go, whenever you're ready to go, I'll be happy to get you there.
What kind of dangers will we be facing?
I do not know. That crypt has been sealed off for at least 500-600 years.
Ooh.
Crypt, you say?
Like the last time. Definitely undead.
Well, according to my records, it was a place where they laid dwarves to rest. I'm sorry, I had a character. What do they call that in medieval times? A place where they would lay the bones down.
So other than
Catacombs? Catacombs? Crypt?
Catacombs. It's like maybe huge catacombs. I don't know how big it was. Records have been lost about what it looks like, but I did find the outside, and it does require the keys, so to open it. So obviously, it'd behoove you to be ready for battle. There is a city nearby, so if you need healing or any type of supplies, I can either teleport you there or just teleport you to the old cemetery.
Well, we're in one of the greatest cities on the planet. I hardly expect that the local town would have better.
True. Might not be a bad idea to find a base of operations, though, just to start.
Yeah. Plus, we need essential supplies if we're going into the thick of things.
Ooh.
Let me know what you want, and I'll teleport you.
Okay, how long do you think we'll be away? I want to make sure we have enough rations to make sure we live, proper water, hammer and tools.
Well, the town...
Sweater, a scarf, money to call home.
The town is about...
That's cell phones.
The town is about 4 to 5 days away from the crypt.
Okay.
Area, so it's not close, but the closest sign of civilization from that area. So.
Yeah. Also, I'd recommend we have at least 2 doses of holy water per person. Just a suggestion.
That's an excellent idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least. Ooh,
Yeah,
we
if it's
should.
been sealed and there is opposition, that opposition is likely to be undead.
Things that go bash would be a good idea. And you know what? I don't know, Mr. Wizard, if you'll be willing to, but we definitely need something to carry all our crap other than me.
He nods. He hands you a bag of holding.
Whoa!
Top
I'm
shelf.
That was much easier than I thought it would be.
I go to stick my head into it. Please, someone take it away from me.
And he says, "Hello, hello, hello,
Hello.
I don't. I want to see what happens.
Stand by with my just in case I gotta.
I believe there's only like one type of bag holding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There isn't like the whole division of a bunch of them like 3.5 had.
Well, so I do believe the bag of devouring is still out there. So please don't let my head get eaten.
Oh wait, that
I
was the wrong bag. Sorry.
Yes.
There.
Wizard Darn becomes evil, and Ephraim is dead now. Congratulations. All right, thank you.
He just got married, and we don't want to deal with his wife.
It's not like Jason did that like 28 years ago playing second edition or anything like that. It's not like I ever had a character get eaten by a bag in the past, completely whole. Yes, I did. Oh, stupid gaming at one time.
All right. So you get a chance to. Now he does tell you that he is letting you borrow the bag of holding.
That's fine.
And of course, if you want to, so you're responsible for it.
I look at Marie, and I look at Smoke, and I look at Stingfish. I'm like, Stingfish, why don't you carry this?
Fine.
Well, if you don't want to,
No.
I'm being
Not a problem.
so mean. I'm so sorry. I'm so mean.
Honestly, yeah, I better keep an eye on this. I've seen what you guys do with magical items. I will leave it at that.
Well, no, I'm just thinking that if we have something valuable in there, you're the one most likely to get away the quickest.
But just to be aware that the bag of holding weighs 15 pounds, regardless of what's inside of it.
Will that weigh you down, Stingfish, or is that okay?
I am checking. I think I'm right on the cusp of my weight category. One of the reasons why here.
If worse comes worse, I can take it and I'll just pour whatever shit we have on me into it.
I will dump my crap that isn't just extraneous right off there on top of that, and I think it'll balance out.
Okay.
So weapons, armor, but a lot of my other stuff ends up in there. I think I'll be okay, but that will definitely... Basically, the only things I have on are my clothes, armor, weapons,
Mm-hmm.
and everything else goes in the bag. And, of course, my thieves' tools, because I ain't putting them in the bag. I know what happens to equipment that you absolutely need in a bag of holding. It's always at the bottom.
Yeah. That reminds me, we should definitely swing by my room. I have a few things I want to put in there.
Okay.
There's information on the bag of holding.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to have to figure out the best way to carry this thing so it doesn't get thrown in some weird dimensional portal, because you know that's going to happen.
Well, if we do trust Smoke, we could give it to Smoke. I'm just saying 2 reasons. 1, I'm liable to forget it somewhere. 2, if I'm in the middle of battle, do you really want that to be exposed to? Like,
No, definitely not.
flailing battle.
Yeah.
Just say it.
Okay.
So I'm assuming you guys are getting everything situated for your adventure, or are you guys
Yeah.
going to leave immediately?
Well,
I definitely have a few things I want to do, and I definitely want to pick up some of that holy water. It's a good. I'm pretty sure I can take care of the holy water.
okay.
Stingfish. The first thing I'd like to do is just head back to my room at the inn. I have a couple of things I want to put in that bag.
Sure. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, we'll leave in about sunset. That should give us a few hours just to get things together.
Should be fine.
Yeah. Besides, we all can see in the dark. It's not like it's a big deal.
It's true.
Very well.
As we all glare at the human just for a moment.
Yes, because the wizard's so worried about being in the dark.
You're an all-powerful archmage,
Oh,
but we can see
Oh
in the
man, it's dark outside. Oh look, the sun's up.
Yeah, it's an artifact that's secretly a nightlight.
dark. For everyone.
It's for everyone.
Okay.
Oh, before we go,
Oh.
Darna, my friend, I don't suppose you remember a student of yours, Lillian Storm?
Yeah, she. Yeah, she's a decent student. Yeah, not top of the line, but she was definitely a good one.
Did you have any, say, discipline problems with her, or anything else I should know about, were she to be become closely associated?
Out of everybody else's eye line, I look over at Smoke and I'm like, good job, buddy. You're doing it.
That sounds about right.
Hold on, let me roll.
Roll on the random mental issues table.
She's schizophrenic. Why did you ask?
Well, she did rub me blind, but, you know.
Yeah, there was a game that the Wizards played during their stay here called Games in Theory, which is a basically like a mock to teach them like simple mathematics and stuff. But it's basically like mock running of a city in a sense, and it's a hard to play board game. You have to have a really good intelligence to be able to pull it off. But she was one of the champions of that game, and let's just say she was extremely ruthless in her tactics in that game. Nobody wanted to play with her after a while.
Oh, have fun.
Excellent.
Ephraim, your new ward.
I looked so confused. I was like, what's a ward?
Well, as part of the detailed negotiations between the Silver Rapiers and your new house, one of the things they were kind enough to provide was, or kind enough to let's say extend in both trust and generosity, is the caretaking and continuing education of one of their brighter scions.
Wait, does that mean she has to come with us, or do we leave her behind? This how much danger can we put this young lady into and not get into trouble?
Well, that's a good question.
That is a good question, isn't it?
Some caveats were made as to should she get into trouble on her own, then we would be held blameless. But taking her on a dangerous quest might be pushing it a little.
Is she here with us?
To help Brad answer that question, he goes into the legalities of wardom. Basically, they're, if Batman had a ward, basically it's an adopted child.
Yeah.
So basically, she is, in a sense, legally your daughter. You're taking care of her for her to become a noble, to learn noble stuff, but she's not your real daughter. She's from another family, like a family that went bankrupt, lost their house and funding, but she's still noble. She got all the lessons, the learning, and she's got the pedigree of a noble.
So does she officially then? Hang on here.
So she's officially, yes, your daughter in a way.
So does this mean she becomes a Hearthstone then, right?
No, she keeps her family name. When she
my big question is, does everybody else in the Hearthstones know this?
Yes, because Brad negotiated with the Hearthstone lawyers.
Okay.
This whole thing.
Okay. It's not that, there's no mistrust going on here. Okay. So is she here with us?
No.
Okay. Okay. So I look at everybody else. I'll look at Marie as like, okay. So this clearly needs a talking to since you are my second family, or my first family, or my third family. I'm so confused. So
I know the feeling.
Marie,
Yep.
what do you think? Do we take this young lady with us and try to make her wise in the ways of the world? Do we leave her behind with, I guess, the Hearthstones and trust nothing happens to her? What do you think?
Well, the good news is there's really no, other than being from sort of a family, she's a nobody. So there's really no reason. She's not a pawn in anybody's game. There's no reason to use her. She could be used against you, which is potentially an issue. But I don't think it's a big.
I don't know what he looks like. How would that work?
Well,
here's your daughter. We've kidnapped your daughter. What daughter? I had no idea what you're talking about. Would be my answer.
Sam, do you have something explaining to do?
Keeping that in mind, perhaps it might actually be less dangerous for her to come with us.
It might be. I think at the very least we should speak to her and see what it is that she wants. She's interested in.
It's a good idea. I should tell the wife about this because she'll be super ecstatic. Although she did express wanting a couple of her own, so I'm not sure if we're allowed to skip a step here. So,
if you would be so kind, I would actually like to speak with your lovely new wife as well about her. I'm curious what she knows.
You definitely 100% might want somebody with you when you do that.
Fair.
Just saying. And
I volunteer. I want to be in the room when that happens.
This is actually my one thing why, taking my new daughter. What was her name again?
Lillian.
Lillian?
Lillian Storm.
Lillian. There's be one reason to take Lillian, that she should learn from her father before she learns from her mother.
Oh.
Nothing against my wife, but I might have the better habits.
Oh, please.
Up until this point, you haven't brought in a giant elven army to level a city because you didn't like an arranged marriage. So I think you're right in that estimation.
Yes. Although I should say that she is, as I mentioned, she was a student of Wizard Darna's. She is set upon her career.
She's all.
That's true. Okay, so we should go and talk to people then before we leave, and quickly, so we can get to the adventure.
Yes.
It's so bad.
Well, not that. Do you want to speed it up? How fast do you want to make this?
No.
Well,
it's all
I have
good.
something. I have.
It's 100% in our hands, Leo. This is nothing to do with
That's
you.
what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, this is like a Pat Labor moment. This is
You are delaying your adventure. I just want to make this clear.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Why?
Wizard is offering right now.
I have the dungeon ready to go. My monster manual's out.
and we blink and run.
Just let me know when you want to go.
If this was a comedy anime, we'd be walking past the dungeon entrance, look at it, meh, and just keep on walking.
Exactly. Which is fine by me. That's the whole point of this game.
There's two things I want to make sure I do before we leave.
All right.
Okay.
Unfortunately, one is in the South Ward and one is, I think, over in the Castle Ward, so this might take a while.
All right. Well, let's start with you, Joe. What do you want to do?
Okay, so where are we now, actually? Where is the Wizard's Castle?
In Castle Ward.
Castle Ward. Okay, so I want to find the Church of Ogma.
That's in the Castle Ward as well.
Perfect. So that is where I will go first.
Okay.
Don't know how much you want to speed this up, but basically I want to walk in there and see if I can get 8 vials of holy water.
4 times.
It's fine.
Cool.
You just pay the gold for them, and they'll sell it to you.
Yeah, I'm making an itemized list right now, so don't worry too much.
They're 50 gold a pop.
Yep.
I'm trying to decide. Oh, you know what? Yeah, absolutely. Actually, you know what I do? Okay, because on one hand, I'm like, I believe in being generous and I believe in giving money. On the other hand, I am the daughter of an innkeeper.
4 times.
Yeah.
So I immediately am like, I have this thing, and I show the badge that the high priest gave me a little while ago. This is something that I was gifted with a little while ago from your high priest. Is there any way I could get a discount? I am going off to fight evil in Ogma's name. I am going off to fight evil in Ogma's name. Sorry, the accent's all over the place today. I don't know what's going on.
So, am I understanding that you're trading in the badge now?
No, I'm just showing it off and trying to negotiate a discount.
What kind of evil? Demons, devils, undead?
Undead, most likely. We're not 100% sure, but we're undead, most likely.
I don't need.
We'll give you buy 2 get 1 free, or buy or buy 1 get 2 free. Yeah, buy 1 get 2 free. How's it?
Well, buy 1 get 2 free is incredibly generous. Thank you. Okay. In that case, excuse me, I get 4.
Yep.
So I buy 4, so that's a total of 12, so that's 3 each. And that is 200 gold.
Okay. I'm going to post it under the main description of my Stingfish, what we're picking up. Okay.
Okay.
Check the very bottom of my sheet. Basically, I'm picking up the following by buying equipment. I'm going to assume you picked up the actual potions, so we modify accordingly. I'm not actually worried about mundane equipment, but I'm an old school dungeon hacker at heart. 2 morning stars, 40 arrows, 2 bags of ball bearings, 1 bucket, 1 bag of cat drops, 2 scroll cases empty, 1 crowbar, 2 flasks empty, grappling hook, hammer, 8 vials of holy water which you supplied, 1 hunting trap, 1 10-foot ladder because we have a bag of holding bitches. Okay. 2 sets of manacles, 4 mess kits, 20 flasks of oil, 4 sheets of parchment undrawn, 10 pittons, 6 potions of healing, 40 days of rations, which applies to 10 days for all 4 of us, 2 shovels, 4 signal wishes, because we all should wear one because buddy system, 3 bars of soap because you never know when soap comes in handy, and a water skin for every one of us. Okay? Is there anything else?
I will chip in for an extra bar of soap and leave it with stinky feet.
That's me. It's about time we change his moniker because I understand there's some sort of insult.
We will call him Freshfoot from now on.
Flighty. Okay, because generally speaking, this won't this doesn't even break 1,000 at this point. I'm not too worried. Okay, and seeing as we're probably out magicked when it comes to this thing, and I'm not allowed access to Thieves' Handbooks, I think that'll cover the basics.
Sounds good.
Okay. And of course, most of this is in the bag of holding, but I would recommend everybody wear their signal whistle because you never know.
And if we do have the rings as well, you realize.
Yeah, I always like a non-magical backup.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Oh, and Brad, did you give that the book to Ephraim to read, or did you read that?
Oh, well, I'm gonna look through it myself first.
The Book of Strength, remember?
Oh,
Oh, the one you sold off, I
didn't
believe.
didn't I sell that? or I traded it for something.
I had my notes that it was still there, so.
Yeah, I traded it for the Book of Charisma, I believe, and
Yes, you did a straight trade off with some shady guy somewhere.
At least he tells you it's the Book of Charisma.
I could use that one too, but that's okay.
Ooh, rope. I forgot the rope. How can we go adventuring without rope?
Absolutely, we need rope. Now, I believe I've already got rope, but we should get more rope.
Well, you're never going to have too much rope.
Mm-hmm.
rope is good rope.
Now, before you leave, they tell you that they will trade you your favor for an ion stone of substance.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, what exactly is that? I don't think I've ever heard of that.
It's a stone that floats above your head.
Mm-hmm.
It takes 24 hours for it to attune to you.
Mm-hmm.
The distance is 1 to 3 feet over your head. Once it's there, you do not need to eat or drink while the clear spindle orbits your head. The AC is 24, and also DC 24 acrobatics check. These are stow. So someone can grab it for you.
Yeah. I don't know. On one hand, it makes me a giant target. It's basically a giant stone floating over my head saying, shoot this person.
They've got
steal
magic.
the stone. Yes, she's magic. On the other hand, already am. On the other hand, I mean, it seems rude to trade this. I mean, this was given to me in a moment of religious ecstasy from the head of this church. It's not just some trinket. It's important. I mean, It seems foolish to trade it for. I'm thinking.
Okay. All right. Let you think. All right. So, Brad, you're hanging out with Samantha Hearthstone. Curiously enough, she meets you with the lawyer that you met.
She meets me with what?
She meets you with her lawyer.
Yes.
Next to her.
Ooh, they should be interesting.
She smiles. Welcome, my husband's friend Smoke. How are you?
Quite good, and it is wonderful to see you. Congratulations on your nuptials.
Of course. And everything's in order with all the paperwork we sent over for his ownership of Dock 17 and the South Ward merchant node.
Oh, I think there will be no difficulties that cannot be overcome.
Yes, I understand.
Well, there was one. Well, I would hardly call it a minor detail amongst the negotiations. young Lillian Storm.
Yes.
I know that you and Ephraim have a very honest and close relationship. So I was hoping for his sake, you could let me know if there's anything that I should know about her. Just for, again, for Ephraim's sake and for her own good. I want to make sure that she is well taken care of and brought up correctly.
Well, I wouldn't give my husband a ward. I didn't think that did his demeanor and his nature. She seemed to be more ruthless and uncaring sort of person, and felt that my husband's caring and kind demeanor might rub off on her, and she might finally see the light of kindness come from his eyes and fill her heart with joy and God.
Of course.
If anybody could do it, Ephraim.
In that case, do you think that it would be acceptable that if she is to make sure that this that she achieves this moral education, for her to come with us on a little task that the wizard Darna asked us to look into.
I don't feel remiss to do that, since I did promise her wet nurse that I would, before she passed, unfortunately from complications, she was old, that she'd be safe. Because it's sad to say that her father was in charge of some mercenary group known as the Red Dogs in the South Ward, and he was out in a park and he was slaughtered to the man. Apparently, one of his inns was hit by the silver rapiers, and he was killed, and so she was left without a mother or father.
Oh.
Oh!
Well,
That is the smartest thing ever. Holy shit.
I understand
didn't kill everybody. Remember to say
I understand your need for caution. Although given her loss, I would feel terrible if she were to be left by her lonesome. I think that we'll see. I'm sure that.
Well, I trust you and my husband to make sure she's taken care of. I'm just letting you know.
Yes.
That she's been through a lot, and she's still young. I mean, maybe that's why she's got a little bit of chip on her shoulder.
Yes, I think that we shall keep a very close and caring eye upon her.
Okay. Ephraim, what are you doing while this is all going down?
Well, I think I'd probably go. Having some echo there. I think I'd probably go with Stingfish and make sure we have just kind of help making sure we have appropriate things. Kind of recalling our awful fight with skeletons last time. It's like, yes, holy water. I definitely think I like to get whatever non-magical shit I have silvered up.
That's a good point.
All right, that's fine.
And I think I can't remember how much it costs to get stuff silvered.
Checking. One moment.
I think it's like
how much?
100.
Yeah, particular silver crossbow darts.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea actually.
Anyways,
Unfortunately, for my whip.
Silver.
Silver weapons, you add a single weapon or 10 pieces of ammunition for 100 gold pieces.
Okay, I think that's
yeah.
Yeah, I think now I will spend that on my own pocket. Silver hand axe.
Fine.
Silver flail.
Sure.
Joe, were you gonna say something?
I'm getting 50 silver crossbow darts. The other thing I wanted to do before we left is I head to my room.
Mhm.
I take all of my really, really nice clothes and I pack it up like it's packed like I pack it up like a lady would pack their dress. Like I pack it really nicely, and in amongst the clothes, I hide the cherry wood fiddle and the strings in its case.
Oh, actually, I know what I need.
And then the next time I see Stingfish, I'm like, that goes in the bag.
Okay. Fine.
I think actually I know suddenly what Efron suddenly realizes he needs. And to get prepped, and unfortunately because system, I'm not really allowed to go buy it. How much money do I have? Good question. Let's check my bio here.
So, Brett,
kind of wish we still had smoke bombs.
When you come back to the Salty Wench and see her working on the paperwork, she's got like a stack of papers and stuff, and she's all working stuff out. Like, almost finished here, Mr. Smoke.
Excellent. And I have good news.
Yes.
We are going on a trip. I think it'll be
awesome.
Yes, I think it'll be great fun, and very exciting.
Yeah. She's like.
No, it does nothing.
She does hand you a stack of papers, and you see, when you look through them, there's basically like she went through places in the South Ward and the docks that the areas that Ephraim owns, and people that are like way past due on their rents. She's put it in, she's like found all these people and put it in just a blanket eviction notice. Like hundreds and thousands of people being evicted from their house.
Oh my god!
But she's within her rights because they owe him money.
I know.
It's all business. She's like,
I know.
Like, I don't care about your whiny little story. Is like just write out all these eviction notices. So do you scold her to smoke, or do you like, good job?
Okay.
Quickly. I think our response is, oh well, I very much appreciate your industry, and I think that I think that it is good that we are prepared to serve all of these, but for now, perhaps we can motivate the others to pay by serving notice on the ones who are on specific individuals.
Okay.
So I'm gonna look through the notices and like pick out the ones that are like most in arrears, but not like the like saddest sob stories. Ones that are like just kind of yanking chain rather than being unable to pay.
Give me I'll give you advantage on this since you did most of the work. I'll give you another inside roll.
All right.
I think we apologize in advance.
Yeah, just so you know, Leo.
Advantage.
Nice. We're no longer going to the dungeon. What we are now going to do is run a Christmas Carol session with this new character living story.
That's what I was thinking. I don't care.
Bah, humbug.
You'll be visited by 3 spirits.
I just want to let you know if anyone complains about it. Yes!
That's not it.
I'm gonna be upset.
Okay. Yeah, let's stop talk the GM anymore, man. We're playing a
I'll be like, I'm done. I'm out of here.
Off the mic, I'm gone.
Merry Christmas. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
No, now, Brett. From your standpoint, you look at this paperwork, and she was no slouch in figuring out who to kick out.
Ah.
He went through and yes, she was ruthless, but after looking at all the paperwork, there is nobody on the list that you could see unless your heart turns to gold, Brad, and you yourself will want to give some of these people a chance to pay off their rent. In all your business sense, she's yes, but it's a matter of, do you want to? I mean, there's people in there like families and stuff with 3, 6, or 4 kids. If you want to select them out, but everyone that she selected, obviously, you don't know why they haven't been evicted.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's like, it's whether or not you decide as a character if these people should be saved. But in your eyes, you're like,
she's not wrong. Okay.
yes, exactly. She may be a ruthless business person, but she's not messing around. It's whether or not you're bleeding heart and want to save these people from being homeless. That's up to you.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I think I will pick out the most the most hard luck cases where it'd be absolutely cruel to kick them onto the street,
All right.
and not file those, but the rest that are where it makes business sense, and it's a hardship, but not putting a bunch of kids on the street. Then,
So how do you make that determination? By the kids, or do you just make a determination by if it's a family of 7 kids, do you kick them all out, or do you if it's just 2 people, you kick those out instead, or how many? What's the diversity there? Give me an idea. You see one person that's got 4 kids and another person that's got 5 kids who you kick out. They have the same debt.
Oh,
Yeah. Exactly. Where do you draw the line? How many kids are we talking about? If they have only 1 kid, do you make them homeless? If they have 2, 3, 4, 5, give me an idea.
You know what? I think what I'll do instead of doing it by number of kids is
Fucking hell.
here we go. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna feel so dirty.
I'm
I'll
glad I'm not there. That's all I'm saying.
I'll offer as part of the sort of part of the contract that if they want to have their kids apprentice with the with the silver rapiers,
Yes.
as for various purposes, nothing horrible, nothing
Nothing horrible.
yeah, well,
Horrible,
that specifically not putting them out there for like child slavery or for prostitution, but as like eyes on the street, ones training to become members in good standing.
Want some street urchins?
Yeah.
Can we call them little birds?
And her eyes light up, and she's like, "Yes, we have that building that you have that's empty." She's like, "We can convert that into an orphanage, and we can work their children in the warehouse doing textiles and all this other stuff, work to pay off their debt while they live there."
Well, I think they may be more valuable as trained hands, trained acquirers rather than manual labor.
She smiles like, yes, I like your idea. She's like, yes, I never thought of it that way. You're so smart, Smoke. I really appreciate this. Yeah. you need urchins in the street to watch your backs. Like, yes, we'll sign out the deals and everything.
Yeah, my name is Smoke. You need not blow it up my posterior. But I think
that needs to be on a T-shirt.
I do like the way your mind works. I think that we shall, despite all circumstances, I have great hopes that we shall get along famously.
Indeed, I do think so as well. All right. Okay.
You know that whole plan Samantha had where like Lillian was going to be influenced by Ephraim, and Ephraim was going to like shine the light of good. Nope.
Not gonna happen. It's going to be electrical contest. The dark side. We have cookies.
We have Sorials.
Yeah. Well,
They have
that's
the light side. They have gnomes.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
That's how that went.
All I suggest is, Brad, I might be throwing recommended songs for the interim.
Okay.
And I'll leave it at that. Okay.
All right. So, is everybody done with their Christmas shopping? Or Christmas shopping, I should say.
Oh, I'm getting some crossbow bolts silvered as well.
All right. Sweet.
There's some like half homeless kid that's being drug off to serve with the silver rapiers. This is like, and Merry Christmas to everyone. Shut up.
He's like, it's too bad you couldn't run. And the kid, and like, he's like, leave him. He can't run anyways. It's like, rip this
I thought I was dark. Holy.
What? I could have been much worse.
Yes, that's true.
Yes.
So what was the cost for silvering again? I know we said it, but
100
for 10.
100 for 10. Okay.
Or 10 arrows or bolts.
Yeah, plus 100 plus for the silver for 10 points of ammunition. So, yeah.
And it turns one weapon silvered, right?
Yeah.
One weapon or 10 bits of ammo.
Yeah. Okay.
So 10 arrows or one sword, basically.
Is everyone ready to go then?
Ready as I'll ever be. Before I start hoarding again, I got a problem when it comes to equipment.
Indeed.
All right. So
I'm also going to take a bit of money out of my account to and convert to gems to carry around.
That's fine.
Yeah. Mine, I'm going with coinage with me, but yeah.
Is there anything else anyone wants to do?
Well,
I'm getting a tattoo.
To cover up the other tattoo?
I'm getting a tattoo that says I take side quests.
I hate you so much.
Only if I get a magic one that says we go left.
Go left.
This big
Action
one,
across the
this,
knuckles side quest.
this big one, like right between her shoulder blades, gnome life.
No lie.
That's horrible.
You better check out the size of my nose.
Before we leave, I do ask Ephraim. Hey, Ephraim. So,
Yes.
what did Samantha think of your tattoo?
It never really came up. So I guess it was okay.
Too bad.
I'll let you know.
I don't know.
Ooh.
I must admit, I am a little curious.
So am I.
Well, I don't want to get into the nitty gritty details, but she was impressed with it. Just put it that way.
Was she?
Yes. You can tell Joe she was impressed with it. She wasn't upset about it, but she was impressed.
I'll leave it as a mystery.
Okay.
Kind of like our own version of the noodle incident.
All right. So I think this is a good place to do a break.
Yeah,
Before we go
Yeah,
to
it's not bad.
this makes sense.
That's a good idea.
Just
Part two.
Christmas Carol for the Ward.
It does take us about 2 hours just to get ready for an adventure.
We're so terrible. Uh-oh.
Okay, so we'll be back in about 5. Please stick around, and if you're